What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, we have a math question which says find the value of x for which 5 to the x plus 1 minus 5 to the x minus 1 is equal to 90. Well, our first step will be for us to write x plus 1 in terms of x minus 1. That means x plus 1 is same as, I'm writing it as x minus 1, and then adding 2 makes it the same as x plus 1. So this first term can be written as 5 to the x minus 1 plus 2. So x minus 1 plus 2, which gives x plus 1, minus 5 to the x minus 1. So x minus 1. And this is equal to 90. Very good. Now, our next step will be for us to apply the law of indices, which says when I have a to the m plus n, this is the same as a to the m times a to the n. So we're going to be applying this here. So this becomes 5 to the x minus 1 times 5 to the 2 minus, this is 5 to the x minus 1, so 5 to the x minus 1 equal to 90. Very good. Now this simplifies into 5 to the x minus 1 times 5 squared is 25 minus, this is 5 to the x minus 1 equal to 90. Very good. Now notice that 5 to the x minus 1 is common. So our next step will be for us to factor out 5 to the x minus 1. So factor out 5 to the x minus 1, open bracket. 5 to the x minus 1 times 25 divided by 5 to the x minus 1, we have 25 minus 5 to the x minus 1 divided by 5 to the x minus 1 is 1. And this is equal to 90. So this simplifies into 5 to the x minus 1 times 25 minus 1 is 24. Very good. And this is equal to 90. All right. So our next step will be for us to divide both sides by 24. So I'll divide the left-hand side by 24. I'll also divide the right-hand side by 24. Now notice that 24 can cancel out 24 from the left, leaving behind 5 to the x minus 1 to be equal to 90 is same as 6 times 15 all over 24 is same as 6 times 4. And 6 can cancel out 6, leaving behind 15 all over 4. So we have 5 to the x minus 1 to be equal to 15 all over 4. Now our next step will be for us to take the log of both sides. So I'll take the log of 5 to the x minus 1. This is equal to, I'll take the log of the right hand side, which is 15 all over 4. Very good. Now our next step will be for us to apply the law of logarithm, which says when I have log of a to the n, this is same as n log e. So we're going to be applying this law to what we have here on the left hand side. So this expression can now be x minus 1 times log 5. And this is equal to log of 15 all over 4 on the right hand side. Very good. Now, our next step will be for us to divide both sides by log 5. So I'll divide the left hand side by log 5. I'll divide the right hand side by log 5. Now log 5 can cancel out log 5 from the left, leaving behind x minus 1 to be equal to, now on the right hand side, I have the log of 15 over 4 all over log 5. Very good. Now let's apply the law of logarithm to what we have on the numerator. Well, the law of logarithm, which says when I have the log of m all over n, this is same as the log of m minus the log of n. So we're going to be applying this log to what we have here. So we have x minus 1 to be equal to, this becomes log 15 minus log 4 all over the denominator. So all over the denominator, which is log 5. Very good. Now, our next step will be for us to separate the fraction on the right hand side. So we have x minus 1 on the left to be equal to, this becomes log 15 all over the denominator, log 5, minus log 4 all over the denominator, log 5. Very good. So we're going to be having x minus 1 to be equal to, now I'm going to be breaking down 15. So this becomes log 15 is same as 3 times 5 all over log 5 minus, this is log 4 all over log 5. Very good. We apply the law of logarithm here, which says when I have the log of m times n, this is same as log m plus log n. So let's apply this to what we have here. So this becomes x minus 1 equal to, we have log 3 plus log 5 according to this law all over the denominator, log 5, and then minus log 4 all over log 5. Now let's separate this fraction. So we have x minus 1 to be equal to log 3 over log 5 plus log 5 all over log 5, and then minus log 4 all over log 5. Very good. Now notice that log 5 divided by log 5 is 1. So we have x minus 1 to be equal to, this is log 3 over log 5, and then plus 1, so plus 1 minus log 4 all over log 5. Very good. Now let's move negative 1 to the right hand side in order for us to get the value of x. So we have x to be equal to, as negative 1 crosses to the right, it becomes plus 1. I've already got plus log 3 over log 5, then plus 1 minus log 4 all over log 5. Very good. And lastly, we're going to be applying the law of logarithm, which says when I have the log of m all over the log of n, this is the same as log m base n. We apply this law to what we have here and here. So this becomes x equal to, now 1 plus 1 is 2, plus this becomes log 3 base 5 according to this law, and then minus log 4 base 5. Very good. And this becomes our final solution. Okay, let's check. So we check. We have our final solution here. So this is a question. We're going to be taking the left-hand side. So take the left-hand side. We want to show that the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side, which is 90. So we have 5 to the x. This is our value for x we got, which is 2 plus log 3 base 5, and then minus log 4 base 5 minus log 4 base 5. That's x plus 1, so plus 1 minus, this is 5 to the x. X is 2 plus log 3 base 5 minus log 4 base 5, and then minus 1. Very good. Now we can just add this together. 2 plus 1, which is 3. So this is 5 to the 3 plus log 3 base 5 minus log 4 base 5 minus, and this is 2 minus 1 is 1. So this is 5 to the 1 plus log 3 base 5 minus log 4 base 5. Very good. So our next step will be for us to apply the law of indices, which says when I have a to the m plus n, this is the same as a to the m times a to the n. Very good. So this becomes 5 to the 3 times 5 to the log 3 base 5. Well, this negative sign shows this is a denominator, so I'm going to be putting all over 5 to the log 4 base 5. Very good. Minus, this will be 5 to the 1 times 5 to the log 3 base 5. Negative sign represents a denominator, so we're going to be putting all over. This will be 5 to the log 4 base 5. Very good. Now let's apply the law of logarithm, which says when I have b to the log of a base b, this is equal to a. As long as the base here and the base here are the same, we have what we have here as a result. So this becomes 5 to the 3 is 125 times, now the base here and the base here are the same, so I'm going to be having 3, so times 3 all over. Base here and the base here are the same, so I'm going to be having 4 minus 5 to the 1, that's 5, times the base here and the base here are the same, so I'll be having 3 here, so 3 all over the denominator. Well, this is Ben, the denominator. The base here and the base here are the same, so I'm going to be having 4 as well. Very good. Now simplifying, 125 times 3 is 375 all over the denominator, which is 4, minus 5 times 3 is 15 all over the denominator, which is 4. And since the denominators are the same, we can just choose one of them. and subtract. So 375 minus 15 is 360. 360 divided by 4, I'm going to be having 90, which is equal to the right hand side. So our solution is very correct. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.